thank you for joining me for another episode. So today the video is going to be over 2 days. So what I'm going to be doing today is attempting to make my own charcoal that I can use tomorrow on the fire to cook a tomahawk steak. Really looking forward to tasting that. So just going to get the fire lit and then I'll show you what I'm doing with the wood for the charcoal. Stay tuned. So to make sure I get good charcoal, everything I've read, obviously the wood needs to be very dry. To make sure that is the case, I've bought wood, some hardwood, seasoned, and I've cut it down using a saw into around this kind of chunk. And then what I've been doing then is chopping it up. So kind of going for roughly a little bit smaller than that. Grab this one. Around about that size, and hopefully then that'll make a nice briquette. So let's see. And this is what I'm using. So everyone gets biscuits for Christmas. I think this was a kids selection box thing, biscuits. So this, as you say, this is the size of bits I think I'm looking for. So I've chopped them all up into that size, and then laying them out. The holes in there are going to be plugged after the fire comes off. I'll show you this process anyway, just to stop the oxygen from going back in and making it combust. I've also, just because I've never done this before myself and I'm a little bit worried, I've got some cable which I'm going to put around just to make sure it's tight, as tight as it can be. So I'm going to let this fire burn down and then we'll get it on to start. So there we go. So as you can see, I've put just a little bit of cable. As I say, it'll probably be fine. I mean, it is tight. I just want to make sure nothing goes wrong. The fire's nearly ready, so we'll get it on. So right, let's get this on. So I need it to sit on a bed of coals. I'm just going to move it out. Let's get these on, see what happens. What I'm going to do now is build the fire up around it so it really catches. So there they are on there. You can already see the smoke coming out of the air hole. So I think I'm going to build it up a little bit more around this side, just a little bit, and then see how long it takes. You can't over burn it by all accounts. The charcoal can't, as long as it doesn't set alight in there. You can cook it for a long time. So I'm just going to do it until I feel confident that it's done. So I'm having a little bit of an issue at the minute. So the snowman one looks great. The stag tin is warped a little bit, so I've had to put 2 bits on to try and keep that lid down a bit more. I knew it could happen. I mean, fingers crossed. Now we're getting the flame, which understands the toxic gases sort of lighten. The snowman one, as I say, when I do my char cloth, obviously I use the exact same method. So hopefully that means it's looking, yeah, pretty good. You're getting the flames out of this one now. I hope that doesn't mean it's on fire in there. But we'll see. It's all about learning, I suppose. So now you can see the gases catching alight, flaming up. I think this one is gonna be not good. I really do. But fingers crossed on the snowman. Okay, so this could be a disaster. So that tin started to warp as well. So I've just had to take that one off quickly, close the lid back up. The copper was crap, it just burned through it. This one I think is a lost cause. I think it's on fire in there, so that I think is going to be a big ball of ash. Still hoping on this one, but we'll see. As you can see, I put the rocks on because it was still warping a little bit. The gases have stopped coming out now on both of them. As I say, I've got a feeling the stag one is not good. So what I'm going to do now is get them off plug the holes and completely leave them until they're cold. So let's get these in quickly. Plug these holes best we can. Fingers crossed, that is it. Completely cold, and then join me again and we'll try it. So this was the moment of truth when I opened it a minute ago. Looks okay. I think there's some fairly decent bits in there. I'm quite happy with that. And this is what we have. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm fairly happy with it. At the end of the day, we'll give it a go tomorrow. Get the steak doing. So stay tuned, and I'll get that steak out, and we'll get it hanging ready to cook. So here we go. Here's the beauty. So tomahawk steak. So what I've basically done, I've put a hole in the middle of the bone here, so that's going to hang over the fire. But obviously first what I need to do is get it rubbed, and for this I'm using the Holy Cow beef rub. I've used this on steaks before and it actually really comes out really good. Lovely flavour. So you want to be quite liberal with the seasoning. Don't be shy. Now I'm going to rub this now, and then I'm going to put it in the, to be honest, it's just as cold out here today as it is in the fridge. But you want it to set, so you know, go a bit hard. So I'm going to do that for maybe about an hour while I get the fire going. Get that nice bed of coals. I am so looking forward to this. So don't be shy with the rub. There we go. So beautiful tomahawk. Going to put this in the fridge now, and then I'll get the fire going. So there's the hole that I've put through the bone there, ready to hang. So let's get this fire lit. I'll get this built, and then we'll get our beef on. Here we go, guys. There's our beautiful, I don't know if you can see that very well, but let's get this on. So I'm going to say roughly about an hour. I have got a temperature probe there, so I'm going to probe this and do it. What I'm going to do now is get a basting sauce on, ready to keep that meat juicy. That's going to be great. I can feel it. So let's get this cast iron pan on. I don't want it too hot. I just literally want it to melt butter for our basting. So I'm just going to put that towards the edge. If it is too hot, I'll move it over a little bit more, and then I'll get the ingredients ready to baste it. So this is what I'm using for our baste. So obviously we've got some good unsalted butter. I'm going to use some of the rub with it as well, just to keep that flavour going on the skin. Now I've made up a little bouquet garni, which is rosemary and thyme, and that's what we're going to use as our brush to baste on the butter, and a little bit of the smoked salt as well. This is going to be beautiful. Now let's get the butter on first. Don't mind a hell of a lot of butter in here. Going to go in with the whole thing. I'm going to get a good amount of butter in there. And then what I'm going to be doing then is adding some of the dry rub. And then let's get basting. Now, because this was unsalted butter, that's why I wanted to put in with a little bit of salted, smoked salt. To add that salt back in. What I'm also going to do is go in there with a nice amount of the rub, just to keep that flavour going through. And then we take our bouquet garni, give that a nice infusion of flavour. And then what we're going to be doing, giving this a good basting. Keep them smoky flavours going. I'm going to baste this roughly every 15 minutes. Get that lovely flare up. So as you can see, I've also put in the temperature probe now, just so I can really keep an eye on this temperature. I really don't want this overcooked. I'm also going to get my pan on there for just some water, just to start heating through for my new potatoes. We'll let that warm up. I'll get them in. Looking good. So let's go in with our new potatoes. Apologise, you can't really see that. She's coming along beautifully. We're currently at 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooking a treat. So our potatoes are ready. We've got about maybe 5 minutes left on the steak. And then what I'm going to be doing then is putting our charcoal that we made yesterday to good use. So let's see how this goes. So here's our charcoal from yesterday. I mean, it didn't come out as well as I hoped, but we've got, as I say, we've got some pretty decent bits. So what I'm going to be doing now is putting that on the fire, and then I'm going to be finishing the steak as like a reverse sear, just to finish that skin off, finish that surface off, direct on the coals. So let's give it a go. So I mean, we've got a fairly good bed of coals anyway, but I just want a good bed, get this all nice and toasty, get them all nice and glowing. Just to finish off direct on top of the coals. We'll get them glowing and then we're pretty much ready to go. So there we go. They're glowing a lovely colour. So let's finish this sear. Let's get this colour going on the steak. I'll tell you what though guys, it smells incredible. So as you can see, I'm keeping the probe in there. Really want to keep an eye on this temperature. God, listen to that sizzle. So let's get this turned over. Quickly trying to put on my glove behind the camera. Okay, so. Oh, crap. Sorry, you can't see it. Hang on, let me. any better? As you can see, my camera skills need a lot of improvement. That colour is unbelievable. So we're currently 129 Fahrenheit in there. Around about 132 is what I'm going for, and then I'm going to let it rest. I'm so looking forward to this. So, moment of truth. I am so pleased with this. Can you see that? This looks incredible. Now, that has to rest now, good 15-20 minutes. So to go with our beef, we've got our new potatoes. Let's go on there with a little bit of smoked salt and a lovely bit of parsley as our accompaniment. Beautiful. So this is a great opportunity to use my new knife that my sister-in-law got me for my Christmas. See how you open it. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. So let's get this off the bone. Oh my god, it smells incredible. There we go. Wow. And what we're going to be doing, let's get this sliced. Wow, the knife is razor sharp. Now, obviously we've got to get a piece from right in the middle. Oh, guys, I'm so impressed with that. So impressed. Now time for a taste. Hi guys, so this is Colleen. Say hi, Colleen.
Hi everyone.
So what do you think?
It's absolutely amazing. That tastes fantastic. It is so tender. It's absolutely delicious.
So
really good steak.
Good news. So, yeah, glad she's happy with it. Makes life easier for me. I'll tell you what, it's lovely, beautiful. I mean, look at that. I'm so pleased with it. Oh my god.
It's just perfect. Absolutely delicious.
Smoky. I love the fat on that as well. It sort of yields in the mouth, you know what I mean? It's beautiful. But everyone loves barbecue steak, you know what I mean? Sort of a good steak. That's brilliant. And to be honest, it's quite affordable, really. I think. I mean, that's 27 quid. That was. You sort of think for like me, Cole, and my eldest daughter, she'll eat it. The boys are all a little bit picky with meat, with steak. But we're going to go away and enjoy it. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, please try it and please subscribe. It would mean a lot. And we will see you next time. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.